Okay, so I'm going to be addressing the elephant in the room on why Ubisoft would dump so much time and resources into developing the rework of House, all for it not to even end up in the ranked pool. I don't think it really makes sense that out of all the maps here in Siege, they reworked House without the intent of turning it into a competitive map. Hey everybody, Jeppy here, and welcome to the channel. I make Siege videos where we sit down and we discuss the topics here in the Siege community, or I go over the lore of our favorite operators. Today we'll be discussing the reworked House, the fan favorite map here in Siege. Now, I'm going to be honest here, I was actually really excited to find out that we were going to be getting a House rework when it was leaked like months ago. I was so stoked to play on a new and improved version of one of my favorite maps and grind out my rank on House. But when I found out that so far House will not, and I repeat, not be joining the ranked pool, I kind of got a little upset. Now, on one hand, I'm really enjoying the rework. Like, it definitely makes the map better. The colors are really great. But then on the other hand, it's like, what's the point? Maybe it's just me, but I do feel like that all maps in Siege should at least be viable here in ranked. So it really doesn't make much sense why Ubisoft would devote so much time and resources and developing time to a map that they know is not going to be ready for ranked. Now, especially with all the problems going on right now where the community is vocalizing that they really do want fresh, new content in the game. A really good map in ranked is like exactly what we need. Now, I bet going into this project, the Ubisoft thought to themselves that House is nowhere near balanced and a viable map. So either A, Ubisoft was going to have to remove or add a bunch of stuff, maybe taking House away from its roots, maybe it won't even look like the same map, or B, they wanted to stay true to the roots of House and not change up so much so it still feels like the old map. Basically giving the map like a facelift and some much needed changes, which is actually what we got. Now, it's actually one thing I praise Ubisoft for a lot is they are able to take these reworks of these maps and make them still feel like their older predecessors as well. All of them except like Hereford. Like Hereford was like 100% different. It didn't really feel anything like the previous version, but maps like Cafe, Theme Park, Oregon, Clubhouse, like all those reworked maps, they still feel like the original map, but just much better. So actually, good job to you guys at Ubisoft for accomplishing that. Now, if you're enjoying the video so far, make sure you hit that like button because it really does help out the channel, and make sure to subscribe as well so we can hit that magical 1,000 subscriber milestone. The goal for this video is to hit 69 likes, so if we can hit 69 likes, I will cry of happiness. All right, now let's get back to the video, shall we? Now, I'm sure the devs found a problem when they were going to take on this project is if they really wanted to make House a truly viable competitive map, they would have had to do something like Hereford Base where they totally reworked it from the ground up. Now, let's be honest, House really needed some work. Like, it was like by far one of the worst balanced maps in the game, but I think that's why everybody loved it. House would need basically everything done to it to make it like a truly viable map. Like, first off, it's really small, so what you'd have to do is you'd have to add so many crazy expansions onto the map to give defense more areas to rotate, or more importantly, how attack is like really strong on House because there's just like the map is so small, there's only one staircase, it's really hard for the defenders to rotate, so you need to add like 1 or 2 more staircases, a bunch of new rooms, expand the second and the first floor, expand the basement maybe. Now, with that being said, would it still feel like the same House if all those changes were to be done? The same House that we've been playing on for the past 5 years. The countless hours of messing around with your friends in custom matches, just having a good time, or the numerous playthroughs that everyone does through the House terrorist hunt. I do it so much that I basically know where every single spawn is for the bots. Or would it still be the same House that we've played all these casual matches on? Now, I think the answer to that question is no. Like, if they were to add too much stuff to the map or change it up so much, would it even be called House anymore? Now, if they had to redesign the map from the ground up, it would kind of take away on what makes House so magical. Now, I don't think magical is the word that I was trying to go for, but you get what I mean. It's just a staple in the game and everybody loves it. You know, it's kind of like Call of Duty's like Nuketown, Shipment, Firing Range, Terminal. Like, those are all fan favorite maps of this franchise. And I feel like our version of Rainbow Six Siege is our little old map called House. Maps like that carry a great deal of nostalgia. And if you were to redesign, like Call of Duty redesigns Nuketown like every single time a Black Ops comes out, and each time time, it gets a little more out there. You know, it's not exactly the same as the one in the Black Ops 1, and eventually fans get tired of it, or they say this isn't even Nuketown anymore. So I wonder if the fans would think like that if a rework to house was like that drastic. So maybe that's why Ubisoft didn't tinker too much with the map, so they didn't upset the loyal fan base that have played countless times on house. Now here's the problem I actually have with the rework. Like the rework itself isn't bad. Like it's fun to play on. It's fun. The colors are great. But the thing is that they spend so much time and development resources on a map that is probably never going to see the ranked pool. So you are missing out on a huge part of the community who's probably hardly ever going to experience the map. Now I actually know a lot of people who never even touch casual or quick play, whatever it's called now, or maybe they hop right into a ranked session without even hitting up T-Hunt to warm up. So those players that play specifically ranked are probably not going to experience house really much at all. Thing is, I wish they took the time and resources to make a map that actually caters toward the competitive side of Siege. You know, the whole goal that is Rainbow Six Siege, the whole thing that Siege tries to be, a competitive first-person shooter. I just feel like that the time and resources spent to something that they know is not going to be competitive. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, house is really fun. It's great. But like at the same time, we need competitive stuff. Like at the same time, we need competitive stuff. Okay, pause the video here. So as I'm editing this, I realized that what I've been saying is it kind of sounds very whiny. Like it really does. It sounds very whiny. Like I'm a Siege player. I deserve everything to me. I need just competitive stuff. Okay, so here's the message I'm trying to get across. I am okay with stuff. I'm okay with casual stuff, fun stuff being added to the game. You know, I just feel like with the way Siege is going right now, like a lot of people are asking for new competitive things, and we just haven't gotten a lot of that yet. Now the new operators look really great. Like I'm excited for those. With all the time and development put into the new house rework, and it's just, you know, it's not gonna see ranked. Like I don't know, I just wish we got like a ranked map, a new ranked map. You know, that's good. That's, I don't know, that's just kind of what I wanted. So I'm going to enjoy it. Like I'm going to like house a lot, but I don't know, I just want a ranked map. Okay, let's get back to the video. Now I'm someone that like almost never plays casual, so I'm probably not going to experience the house rework really all too much. Now what I do is I actually hop into T-Hunt a lot, so I'll definitely play T-Hunt a lot on house. But as far as it goes, actually playing a true match on house is pretty much going to be limited to custom matches with my friends or subscribers. Now I do know that there are a decent amount of the player base who have never played ranked, nor do they plan on playing ranked either. There's a lot of just casual people who play Siege, people who don't necessarily care about crazy balance or what the most tactical meta is or anything. Like they just want to come home after a long day of work or a long day of school, hop on the couch, chill out with their buddies, play a couple matches of casual, and just hop off. Like they're not super competitive, nor do they really care about being super competitive. Now I actually do feel like that group of the player base actually gets neglected a lot from Ubisoft. Not a lot of changes or things revolve around that group of player base, so maybe this is Ubisoft's way on giving back to the players, you know, the casual players who sit down and play Siege every once in a while, a couple times a week, and maybe this is their way on giving back to them, like a thank you for playing their game. A new and improved house map that they're going to be able to play in casual a lot. I think this is actually for them. Like I feel bad for the casual player base. Like they deal with a lot of toxicity in quick match or casual, whatever you want to call it, and I feel bad for them that like their whole experience is just this circling doom of toxicity that is casual. Hopefully this new rework to house actually is nice for you guys. Well, that's all I got for you. Do you guys like the new house rework, or do you feel like that maybe a different map would have been a better option to do rework on? You could let me know by leaving a comment down below. Make sure to follow me on all my platforms, as well as the Discord server with over 200 plus people, so you never have to solo queue again. The links to all those can be found in the description below. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe with notifications if you're new. Now with all of that being said, Jeppy out!